it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the James Loud Podcast. And today our special guest is J P from the Good PizzZa Podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for coming on the show. You have a great podcast. You have a wide variety of guests. I feel like when I was in Barcelona and they nominated me for Podcast of the Year, I felt like you should have been up there. I have a lot of respect for what you do.
Damn,
you have a great podcast. Hopefully I'll see you in Barcelona this year. You should come out to Spain with us.
I am, bro. As luck would have it, it will be my first year.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And, I feel like there's a handful of us doing a good job with podcasts. There's a lot of podcasts out there.
Yeah,
you're really hitting the mark with podcasts. You release one a week. You're on what, episode number 100? You say you just filmed your 100th episode?
Yeah, we just filmed 100. We're on 92 right now. Nice. There's 92 live.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're on number 70.
Congratulations, man. That's huge, bro.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. We have a good team. As you know, it's so much bigger than one person. Without my team, I wouldn't be able to do this podcast. We have so many people that have contributed to getting us to the point we're at. Our producer's amazing.
Yeah.
And then just working the camera angles and getting the stuff all dialed in. It takes a lot of work and time.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, man. Congratulations for all your success. This studio is fire, bro.
It's a lot of fun, dude.
I gotta get my studio together, man. This is nice. At least a fridge. Shit.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like we've gotten things over a period of time, but we had an idea coming in and we executed on the idea, and it was actually a little bit different going into it. Like we were like, okay, well, here's where we're going to go, and we went a little bit to the right.
Yeah,
and I think it turned out for the best. We started with different cameras and realized the cameras we got weren't the cameras we needed.
Yeah.
And so these are kind of, there's learning curves with everything.
Absolutely.
So, and then I did podcasts with the Future Cannabis Project in the beginning, and that was totally different because it was during COVID and it was all over the internet. I much prefer the in-person interviews.
Same, bro. Same. I've yet to do an internet podcast. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it unless it's like a legend that there's no way I'm going to see him.
Right. Someone in Europe or Antarctica.
Yeah. We can run it.
Yeah. Totally. And those things might happen, but and they can be great too. One of our best episodes was Reggie Gaudino, and it wasn't even the best quality video, but the conversation was really good.
Nice.
So, but there's something to be said about in person. It's more intimate. You can smoke together.
Absolutely.
You can hang out. You learn more about the person, when you look them in the eye and you're talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. Feel the energy. You know what I'm saying? See if you even like this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just vibe and build, For
sure.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into podcasting?
So I got into podcasting. It was, before I launched Good PizzZa, the brand, I knew I needed to create media around it. Yeah. And I've always wanted to do a podcast. I literally had a note in my phone that was, it was a podcast note. Like if I would ever have a podcast, what other questions would I ask? These are all high thoughts while I'm driving and shit. I put it in my note. And then fast forward a couple years later when I'm actually about to launch Good PizzZa in the rec market, really put it out there. I've helped build brands. I know what it's like to get on the shelves and come off them shelves. Like you can get lost in the stack easily 100%. In California rec. So I wanted to introduce myself before introducing myself. So that was why I did it, right? And I thought podcasts were cool. What I mean? I love Joe Rogan, and I study, podcasts and I didn't even really know what a podcast was until 2 years before I moved out here. I didn't know what that fucking purple app was on my phone. No idea what that was, bro.
Right.
And then I tapped it one day and I fell in love, bro. So long story short, I started the podcast, and I really wasn't taking it too seriously. It was just really for the brand. But then I started to get some cool guests. And then one day, my homeboy Paul from Proper Doinks told me while we were smoking, he's like, "Yo, bro, you're literally documenting the end of cannabis prohibition."
Yeah.
When our grandkids watch these fucking videos, they're gonna know how it went down, who was there, who had what strain. Bro, you're literally documenting this shit for the game, bro. I'm and it fucked me up.
Yeah.
It totally shifted my whole paradigm. I'm damn, I got a civic duty now. Shit. And
yeah, we have this duty to tell a story that's so much bigger than any one person. And that's the beauty of these podcasts is this is the information 100 years, 200 years, or 300 years that hopefully they'll be able to look back on and go, that's what happened in this moment.
Exactly. And I feel like this is a big turning point in cannabis.
Yeah. I mean, over the last 5 years, especially, it's been pretty wild. It's not very stable. You know, we're both in the California market, and it's like very unstable, and it's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen next. But it's great getting all these different opinions and stories and legends. You know, it's like you've had some legends on your show.
Definitely, bro.
You know, I've been blessed to have some legends on my show, and it's just, you know, Richard DeLisi spent 32 years in prison.
Yeah.
And that was one of the life-changing episodes for me. And it was like, I got some great ones with other people too, but that one had a lot of impact on me and my outlook, why we're doing this, you know?
Absolutely, man. That one kept me grounded. I just interviewed him 2 weeks ago. So that was my interview last week. And it was incredible, bro. Like you said, man, like that's Uncle Rick, bro.
He's such a character too.
He's the man. I'm like, bro, you're not from Florida, bro. Where are you from? He's like, I'm from Brooklyn. I was like, I knew he was one of the guys, bro.
Oh yeah.
I was like, there's no way with this fucking accent. This guy's from Florida.
Totally.
Then we started talking East Coast and all that shit. I'm like, dog, you're a legend, bro.
Yeah. I mean, his stories are legendary.
Crazy.
You know, and it's like I can't wait for the documentary to come out on him, and they need to make a movie about his life.
For sure.
Because his life, you know, he was in a time where it was way different than it is now.
Yeah.
It was way more illegal. You had to have way bigger balls, and the punishment was way bigger.
Yeah.
And then even with him, it's like they threw the book at him and they didn't even have any real evidence.
Right.
You know, it's
all
like
circumstantial shit.
All circumstantial. Yeah. It's crazy.
Gave this man 96 years, 98 years.
90 some odd years. And then he served 32 years of almost 100-year sentence. It's like, it's kind of mind blowing that you could put someone in prison that long for that, for this plant. Yeah. And I think as cannabis is becoming normalized, people are starting to realize that shit, that was a mistake. That kind of stuff is wrong.
Yeah, bro.
You know, at least I hope. Even my parents, you know, they live in Texas where it's very conservative, but Texas is changing. The landscape's changing over there.
Yeah. Bro, for as illegal as cannabis is in Texas, them boys got balls of steel how they moving over there, bro.
You have to.
It's
over
like,
there, you know?
They're moving mean in Texas, bro.
Yeah. Well, they have, you know, they circumvented the law and, you know, and worked within the loopholes, right? And so there's all these CBD shops.
Yeah.
And so they don't have dispensaries, they got CBD shops, and they're all selling THCA.
Yeah.
You know, and they've got big brands over there, you know, crushing it.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it too. And I mean, that's like the loophole for legality. And I think it's also a great way for the general population, people that live in Texas, to get acceptance over it because everybody's going in there buying it. You know, they're selling shit tons of flour.
Hell yeah. So
it's pretty wild. I mean, all these states and how we've maneuvered, and the problem with California is taxation.
Absolutely.
So unfortunately.
Triple tax, bro, to the max.
Triple tax. Uncle Sam is your silent partner.
Uncle Sam ain't my uncle. He never came down to my cookouts.
Right.
But yeah, fuck that, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. So what got you into cannabis?
Well, my journey started pretty early. I was the youngest kid on my block. Single mom situation. So, you know, she was working. Nobody was watching me. You know, I grew up in the 90s. I'm an 80s baby. So, you know, nobody was watching me. Youngest kid on the block. And so I naturally got into shit early.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I was just in Jersey for like a little friends reunion, and I was with the dude that smoked with me the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I came through with all the weed, all the shrooms and shit. Like, and he's looking at me like, "You little motherfucker, stop trying to corrupt us." I'm like, "Corrupt me, bitch?" I was like, "You smoked the joint when I was 11, bro." Yeah. 11. What the fuck? You was like 17, fool. What the fuck you talking about?
Right.
Eat those shrooms, fool. I started smoking weed at 11. I fell in love with it immediately. I really started smoking heavy when I was 12, and I never stopped, bro.
So the first time you smoked, how did you smoke? Was it out of a can? Was it out of a pipe? Did you take a bong rip? What was it?
It was terrible. We had none of those things, no rolling papers, no nothing. Like, yo, go to the store and get some napkins. So I went to the store to get some napkins, and they rolled it up in a napkin, and they fucking lit it, and it's all falling apart. I didn't even get high, bro.
Yeah.
Probably didn't even know how to inhale, you know what I mean?
Totally.
But second time, a can. Coca-Cola can.
Coke can. Yeah. I don't remember the can, but I do remember it was out of a can.
Yeah.
And that got me high.
Yeah, bro.
So the first time I smoked, we were smoking some Bammer. I don't think I got really high. I was like running around like we were high, but we weren't really high. And then when I really got high for the first time, I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So, but I tried a bunch of acid before. I'd taken acid like 10 times. 10 times.
What?
And then, because I was I was into sports. I was of the Bay Area. So, I mean, I was born in Portland, but I grew up in the Bay. And so there's this huge Grateful Dead community in the Bay Area. So acid is everywhere, right? Yeah. And so it was this little piece of paper. And I'm like, well, that couldn't be so bad. So I tried the paper. And I was scared of smoking because I was running cross country in high school and I was sucked at running cross country. I was a bigger kid and trying to run. And so I was like, oh, if I smoke it, I'm gonna be even worse. Yeah. And so I held out and then eventually I smoked and I was like, oh, I found my calling. You know, it's like,
nice, dude.
And all my friends, we all smoked. It was like everybody, once we got exposed to the good stuff, especially, it was like, oh, that's all. It was hard to go back. Yeah. You know, and we had the Bammer, we had the brown weed, the Mexican stuff that had lots of seeds in it. Mm-hmm. Proto pipes were big. We had those pipes that we'd buy in Berkeley that had the resin chamber and you put the bud in there and it would get all resonated and you smoke the resin. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Good times.
Good times, bro.
You know, and it was super illegal back then. People were, you know, they were getting in trouble, you know, 90s. I was smoking. The first time I smoked was 91. Okay. And started growing, grew in a closet.
Nice, dude.
And evolved from there, you know, into a garage, closet to a garage. For the longest time, I was scared to go to like warehouse grows. Yeah. And my buddy who went from growing in my garage with me went into a bigger space, 50 lighter, which was huge for the time. This is like early 2000s. He had a warehouse. He got busted at the warehouse. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to do warehouse. That's too crazy. And the thing is like you could have an 8 lighter in your garage and be extremely profitable. It was making good money. And it was interesting times. We had amazing genetics back then, you know.
What were you running?
I started growing in my garage. We had blueberry. We had this Oregon blueberry. It wasn't a DJ short. It was the spear blueberry that we grow real tall. I didn't realize they were going to double. And so we vegged them a little too long. And then they grew up into the lights, you know. And then we had Trinity. We had Chem Dog. We had Sour Diesel. We had OG. But even before that, there was like the Spaceship, the Romulan, the Shaman, Jack Herrera. There was a Jack Flash that my friend grew that was amazing. Tight. And everybody kind of grew their own things. You know, we grew Bubba for a while. Nice. I was a huge Bubba fan.
Me too.
I just got some. I got some Bubba down here, actually.
I got some Bubba on the way to my crib right now. Nice. Shout out Trap Jesus.
Dude, I love Bubba Kush. And so we had like the Master, the Bubba, and then the OG came along. And before that, it was like the Hindu Kush. There were always Kushes in the 90s, I remember.
Bro, I wish I had Hindu Kush. All the OGs on my show, their faces just like they look up into the sky. They're like, yeah, man, that Hindu Kush,
It was so good.
Like Fields from Skittles, my old co-host Jamie, fucking whoever, bro.
Hindu was special. Yeah, and special. So Hindu, and then we had Cat Piss around the same time in the mid 90s. I got it turned on to Cat Piss.
That's fire.
And that was what changed. And that changed my perspective on ugly weed too, because it was the ugliest.
Yeah, it was.
The one we used to get was just shreds in a bag. It was like little podules, right? So you were getting these little bracts a lot of times. Yeah. Stringy ugly.
As fuck, yeah.
But the smell, and it was so strong, the whole room would smell like it. You would smoke a joint. Your hands would smell like it. It had like this ammonia skunk, and it wasn't gas. Yeah, like not gas like people think. It
was sour ammonia.
It was it was piss. really pissy.
Like little piss.
Oh yeah, like real piss.
Literally.
Like, but 1/10 of a gram would smell the whole room. Like literally. Yeah. You could have 1/10 of a gram, and you go home, and your parents would be like, "What's going on?"
You know, it's crazy. Like I know I had it right, but like I got it on the East Coast, and like. This is before like we had names on bags and shit. This is probably like 06. That was the first time I ever seen it. And looking back to it, like that was cat piss, bro. Like nobody ever told me it was cat piss. Right. But like, dog, it smelled like piss. It was ammonia. I've never seen anything like it. That had to be it.
Yeah. $60 an eighth straight up. And the thing is like, so cat piss is the description of a smell, an aroma, right? So I think there's multiple cat pisses. What people think of cat piss, there's a SoCal cat piss, NorCal cat piss. There's other cat pisses. Oh, no I heard there was even cat pisses back in the 70s, right? There was a cat piss. So I feel like it's a description of an aroma. So there can be multiple copies. It's not like Blue Dream, which is a specific name, right? Sure. So I feel like there's a lot of arguing going on online. Like, oh yeah, I had the real cat piss. Well, you did have the real cat piss for you, but that doesn't mean it was the only cat piss. Right. So same thing with blueberry. It's like there's a Canadian blueberry, a DJ Short blueberry, and the Oregon blueberry. And they're all extremely different in structure, smell, and taste. I just got some Canadian blueberry the other day. Okay. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Burning. It was really blueberry as much as the DJ short or as much as the Oregon.
Hell yeah.
It was blueberry terps, like blueberry terps to the face.
The last time I seen blueberry terps was semi-recently. Cam was running something blueberry that just brought me back to like the DJ short blueberry. I mean, if that's what I had it like one time in my life in Jersey.
DJ's was short and squatty, right?
No, this is before I even seen a weed plant, bro. It's like East Coast days. Like we didn't see weed, bro. It was just finished product. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah.
So what was the first stuff you were seeing around on the East Coast?
So first stuff is obviously, Mexican brick. I'd say the first cool thing I ever saw was like Jamaican red hair.
Yeah.
I was like fucking 12, 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, that was like the first time I was like, wow, this is different. I'm super high. And then like one homie would have like a fucked up little shady gram in a cigarette cellophane with California kind bud.
Yeah.
What's that? What does that mean? Kind bud? What? It's from California? Holy shit. And then we smoke a little ass bowl of it between like 5 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, oh my God, this tastes amazing. Oh my God, I'm so high. How am I so high off 1 or 2 hits? This is fucking crazy.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? And it fucked me up. And then it was on. From there, it was on. I was looking for it. Like whatever I could get like from California, like so whatever kind bud, whatever the fuck that was, or we call it dro. Like any good weed, we call dro.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just what we called it.
KGB, dro. We had a lot of nicknames.
And then Beasters, a lot of Beasters came through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the first dope weed, like I don't know what it was because we didn't have names for it like that. Was like some dope California kind bud. And then the hazes came through. You know what I mean? The hazes were like the first thing that stuck, like purple haze, Cuban black haze, you know what I'm saying? We would skip school, drive to Washington Heights or Spanish Harlem, bring my boy Puerto Rock, he speaks Spanish. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He'd do the deal. We get a bunch of dimes, like 20 dimes, and go back to our town and sell them for 20. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick bubble up. Stupid little kid shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I realized really fast, like, how quickly you could be the man in your town if you had something that nobody had, For sure. And I was a young boy. I was the youngest kid, always the youngest kid in my crew. And, I would see the tables turn. Like some older homies want to hang out with you now. Like, what the fuck? Right. This shit's got power, bro.
Yeah, I was in Boy Scouts when I was a kid. So
okay.
Not saying anything bad about the Boy Scouts, but there was a lot of action going on in the Boy Scouts with weed and
really
drugs and alcohol and everything. What? Oh, yeah.
No shit.
It wasn't what people, and there was a good side, and I don't think of cannabis as a bad thing, but definitely there was a lot of weed getting passed around. And that's where I got exposed to it too. And
the Boy Scouts. Yeah. Shout out to the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, dude. The best stuff came from one of my friends, Mr. Scott in the Boy Scouts. He was, senior patrol leader. He was the senior patrol leader.
Yeah, kicking the fuckers baked in the woods.
He had some high times. Him and his brother were going the most killer weed.
No shit.
Back in the day, yeah. And unbelievable high times winning cannabis cup seeds. At least that's what they had told us. Really good stuff.
That's tight, bro.
So yeah, you reminded me of a story.
Hit me.
The first time I went to New York on a trip as an adult was 1999, and I was going there for work.
Okay.
And I was kind of by myself, and I went to this restaurant called Nook's that was in by the Empire State Building.
Okay.
And this dude named Jimmy the Greek owned Nook's, and we were talking about weed. And next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, you want to hang out with me and my friends?" I'm like, "If I can get some good weed." And so he takes me out and he gets me this white bud. I'd never seen white weed in my life. It was the whitest weed I've ever seen. And the story, the BS story, which is most likely BS, was that it was grown in the sewers with the alligators. And that's why it was white, because of the lack of, And I'm like,
fuck out of here.
Yeah, but everyone's got the story.
White or like the weed was white?
The weed was white.
What?
It was the white. It was so white. It was like light burn. Yeah. But it was so white, I actually flew back home with it. I put it in a pen cap and flew back home with it because I had to show all my friends.
Yeah.
And so we had to get it out with, you had to get a needle to pull it out. And I had this little tiny piece of it to smoke with my friends. I'm like, the whitest weed I've ever seen. It got me really high.
Okay.
So it was probably light burn looking back at it. You know what I mean? But like, it was $100 for a gram. And and so if anybody knows where Jimmy the Greek is, man, I'd love to talk to him.
Jimmy the Greek. You know how many Jimmy the Greeks are out there, bro?
Yeah. But this Jimmy the Greek owned Nook's Cafe.
Oh, copy. So
we can find him, hopefully.
We can find him. Jimmy.
And I think with 9/11, Nook's was long gone after 9/11.
I got you.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wow.
But yeah. Good times on the East Coast. There was always good weed.
Man, that's the thing about New York, right? You're guaranteed to see something crazy or something crazy gonna happen. Like if you just do in New York, like weird shit happens in New York. It's a fucking crazy city. You know what I'm saying? The best city in the world. And I remember my first experience, like seeing something bugged out, kind of like that in New York. I'm with my big cousin Denton, and I'm like fucking 12, 13. He's like 16, 17, 18, some shit, and you know, he wanted to get some shrooms. He's like, yo, I want to get some shrooms, bro. We're going back to my mom's crib in Jersey. My boy Bobby across the street, like they were tight because they were the same age. I was younger. And we're just chilling, right, on this stoop, smoking a cigarette. And this dude comes up to my cousin, this weird-ass, shady fucking white dude. He's like, goes to my cousin, he's like, yo, Jimmy, right? He's like, yeah, what's up, fool? And let's just chop up. He's like, yo, what's up, man? I'm trying to find these shrooms. He's like, yo, I got some shrooms. I'm like, what the fuck? Sold my cousin some shrooms right on the street. Thought my cousin was Jimmy, whoever the fuck that was. And like, I'm like, yo, how the fuck did you manifest that, bro? What the fuck, dude? And that was just like some rando ass New York shit, like some 1990s fucking, you know what I mean? NYC shit, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, the 90s were a special time. I mean, the genetics were way different. What was popular in the box was pretty much everything that was good. It didn't have to be purple. Didn't have to be candy.
No,
and to this day, I mean,
either one.
No.
Really?
No. I mean, there was candy a little bit, but I mean, there was like juicy fruit. There was like some juicy fruit, right?
Dope, bro.
Yeah, and there was some juicy sweet weed.
Dope. Sweet, it was more like sweet fruit.
Afgooey. So Afgooey's kind of sweet. Like that was, you know, on the sweet fruity, right? And there was a handful of things that were sweet. And as far as like Mendo Perps, we used to go to Mendocino and get purple weed. So that was around back then.
We never seen that back then. We'd have lost our fucking minds if we seen purple weed, bro.
Oh, yeah. And there was definitely, that was like $4,500 a pound in the 90s. Like outdoor was as expensive or more than indoor.
Yeah.
You know, especially the good stuff. I remember the outdoor being so amazing back then. And I think there was a lot less, there was a lot less of it than there is now.
Yeah.
Same thing with indoor. And I think there was a lot of people that were super passionate about it. Like you had to be more passionate about it because you were taking more risk.
Way more.
There was so much on the line. And there were still people that grew mids. I mean, I had friends that just grew mediocre.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's this ego thing that when you grow it yourself and you've been with the plant for that long and you harvest it, that you take pride in however you did. I still have some friends like that and their stuff is mid-grade. And it's hard to recognize sometimes when your stuff is mediocre. And I try to be very subjective, you know, with and honest with people too.
For sure, you should be.
When I'm growing, it's like I constantly am trying, how can I make this better each time? I feel like it's never good enough. And I feel like the best growers out there, they're never fully satisfied with each run. There's always something they could improve on a little bit.
And know what else? They want your feedback. If you're like a real curator like myself and other people like with brands that give a fuck about quality, like they really do want your opinion. Like we set the egos aside. Like
you got to set the ego aside and look at it separately 100%. Like when we're pheno hunting, right? For example, we're going through, 700 plants.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but like you're really trying to find the best of the best. And the only way to do that is getting honest feedback from people.
Yeah.
So, and also I quit giving people flour. I'm done with giving people flour with pheno hunts. It's like you get joints. We're going to give you pre-rolls. You're going to tell me how does it taste and how does it make you feel? Yeah. Those are the two most important things. And flavors are especially hard.
In a pheno hunt.
Yeah. Because a lot of stuff looks good. You want to pick one that looks good. I mean, look is important. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Bag appeal is extremely important. Yeah. Unless you got Skittles. Unless you got Skittles. Yeah. Skittles goes a long way because it's like, kind of cat piss. It's like, it doesn't have great bag appeal, but it also fetches high dollar right now.
Yeah, it does. It does, for sure. 5 in the street, 10 in the bed, man.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. And, and it's not easy to grow. And so I feel like that's one of those ones that deserves more money. You deserve more money for growing it, so. For sure. So what do you think about all these Skittles crosses? The Diet Skittles. There's lots of Diet Skittles. Have you seen anything that's as good as Skittles that's a cross of Skittles? Nope.
I have not. And I'll tell you what, I just interviewed Ted from Alien Labs for the second time. We did it round 2. It was my first round 2 episode. He said it the best. And I never even thought of it like this. Shout out to Ted. He was like, bro, why are we chasing all these fucking Skittles crosses, bro? There's nothing better than Skittles. Skittles is there. It's at the top. How you going to beat the top? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we trying to do it? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now I know what we're all thinking, and I was chasing it too. And I've done pheno hunts with Z crosses. I popped hella shit of Z crosses. Like, bro, they just don't do it, bro. Like,
well, going through Skittles S1s is silly, in my opinion, because you're not going to find anything better than the original Skittles in there. Dude. You might find some good stuff, and Skittles crosses, you want something that's completely different, or it's not.
Exactly.
Like Moonbow is really good. I like Moonbow from Archive. I feel like that is a great Skittles cross.
Awesome, yeah.
And Rain Shadow Runs from Canna Organics up in Washington. We got those seeds on the website. That was a little collaboration thing we did with Kyle and Tim from Squim. They have a pheno.
I got cousins in Squim, bro. That's crazy.
Dude, their facility is nice. Like their greenhouses and outdoor grows are bar none the best in Washington. Flavor wise, dude, the stuff burns good, tastes good.
Nice, dude.
Checks the boxes. It's great seeing people grow organic. I got a handful of friends that grow really good flower in Metric up in Washington, and they're definitely one of them.
You're the only other person in the world I ever heard say the word Squim.
Wow.
Like, that shit is like, it's the smallest little town. Like, you got to get across some body of water to get there type shit. Check out this one. This is like what I'm excited about as far as like if we're going to be in like a Skittles cross kind of situation.
Yeah.
That shit's super unique. It's called, so that was a breeding collab project between Third Gen and Landrace Indian.
Yeah.
This was hunted by Cadre Verde. The homie Trent from Cadre got the seeds. Cadre hunted it. They selected the number 15. It's really called Superman Ice Cream. Yeah. Number 15.
Nice.
It's Blue Shirt by Eddie Lep OG by Rainbow Belts 2.0. So there's like Z in there, way the fuck down. Yeah, there's
Z in there, but it's super complex.
For the belts. Right. I actually was able to give some of that to Fletcher when I finally met him in New York for 420.
Nice.
I was happy to give him some of that. Hope you liked it, bro.
Yeah.
And it's dope, bro. It's different. I mean, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to bring some light to that flavor, you know, and people seem to really like it, you know. I just felt like it just needed a name change because the ice cream tripped me out. I didn't want to.
Nobody likes ice cream.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's sad because I think really good ice cream cake, it's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with really good. It got flooded on the market. And so same thing with wedding cake, right? Really good bready wedding cake that's gassy and bready.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll still smoke it. I enjoy smoking.
Same.
And then ice cream cake makes great extract. Like the rosin is phenomenal if you do it right. If they pick it early, like I really like that flavor. And then same thing with the flour if it's done right. But also I think there's a lot of inferior cuts out there and there's a lot of people growing shitty versions of it. And then it puts a bad name out there.
Absolutely.
So, and then J Peezy, he released wedding cake seeds. So there's all these phenotypes, right? There's 30 different phenotypes out there that people are growing.
When this all started?
I'm pretty sure there was wedding cake seeds that went out there.
Okay.
Well, that'd be the only explanation for why there's so many phenotypes.
You're right.
Unless they're S1s.
For sure. For sure.
So yeah, I mean, I think that wedding cake is the best example because there's 3 or 4 decent ones. There's one that's just phenomenal, that smokes amazing. It doesn't yield as much as like the ones my buddy grows. They yield like crazy. They look really, really good.
Yeah.
But it gives me that purple punch letdown, which I mean, I feel like that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. They go a little longer too, right?
They do a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So
when I moved here, cakes were still popping, bro. Cakes were fucking nice and greasy and just.
Oh yeah.
Alien Labs had a dope cake.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, shout out to Alien Labs. They've been crushing it for a long time.
You should get Ted on the show, bro.
Absolutely.
He's fucking the best interviewer, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen your interview with him. It's great.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good.
Yeah, that and the Caleb interview was great.
Yeah,
that
fire.
one you just with Caleb was phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I really enjoyed that thoroughly. I actually got to get up with bro.
Yeah, good times, man. It's fun being able to hear different stories from different people and get a different perspective.
It is, especially that group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was like turning point cannabis world shit. You know what I mean?
Right. And those guys are working with some of the best genetics out there. I feel like they understand cannabis on a level that's much different than a lot of people.
Yeah.
And also the business side of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, how much do we learn on our podcast about business? About like I'm
so
there
much
for you guys, but I'm really taking notes. Like I'm like really interested. Like Ted, Caleb, Berner, I just interviewed yesterday. I'm like really asking them like, yo, so how'd you do it?
Yeah.
Tell me about the corporation. How do you form a corporation? How do you do this? How do you do that? Like I'm fucking like, dog, you did it, bro. I want to know.
Yeah, he did it.
You know,
he did it. I mean, he's proof. He's proof that anybody can do it.
And like, back to what you were saying, like these interesting people, like, you know, let's talk about like how the cookie shit went down. Like, you know, I think you should get interviews from Burner. I think you should get Jigga. I think you should get Sherbinsky. I think you should get Flux, Straight Flame, and Caleb. Out of all those stories, who was all and Kenny Powers.
And Kenny Powers especially,
if he'll
for
do
sure.
It, like he don't want to hop on yet. You know
no, I'll get him on.
That's cool, that's cool.
Yeah, I'd love to get him on that. Yeah, same.
Sooner or later. But, you know, and they're all different versions of the story, obviously, because you've seen it through your lens, but like, you'll get like the big picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When First Smoke did all their interviews, like I would tell people like, yo, you really want to know the cookie story? Tap into these podcasts.
You got to get in all those guys' perspectives because
really cool,
each story is a little bit different.
Exactly.
So and that's the beauty of this whole thing is like we're able to get these different perspectives from different people and opinions, and we all have a different lens that we've seen the world through because we've all went through different things.
For sure.
And we're in an amazing time because it's not stabilized yet. We're not sure where it's going. Genetics is still, we're scratching the surface of it. It's not fully patented yet. It's, you know, people aren't out of the game because they don't have money. You can still be an amazing breeder and do it with a small handful of plants if you know how to grow really well.
Definitely.
And at the end of the day, it's all about like, can you grow it really well and make the plant express so you can tell the difference between the phenotypes?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and there's a handful of people doing it right, and there's a bunch of people doing it. So So, and it's like, and then it's so subjective too to what good genetics are. But I think we could probably smoke a handful of joints and agree that these ones are all great and these ones are all mediocre. And then we might have a difference of preference at the top. So, like white ash. What's your opinion on white ash?
White ash is the last checkbox, bro. We got to get off that shit, bro. It's so much easier to sell weed without this white ash fucking bullshit. Can we curse on the show?
We can say whatever the fuck we want.
That's
100%.
Right. Motherfucking right.
Yeah.
So white ash, right? So I look for 4 things, right? And I'll give props to Proper Doinks for kind of like enlightening me to these things. Like I always knew they were there, but I never knew what to look for. So like I go by flavor translation, strength of flavor longevity is big for me because I don't like joints that like taste like shit halfway through. I feel like if you got a joint that tastes like shit halfway through, I just sold you half an ounce for whatever I sold it for, or half an eighth.
Because you're not going to smoke the whole thing.
I'm not smoking that, bro. And then, so after flavor longevity is smoothness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want a throat roasting joint. You know what I'm saying? No. It's burning super hot. And then when all those, it seems like when all those things check the boxes, holy shit, the ash is really white.
Yeah.
You know, so, and that's, you know, combustibility.
It's not always the case, but a lot of times I have some genetics that just do not get white ash.
Yeah, for sure. There'll be salt and pepper.
There'll be salt and pepper, but
they won't be black though.
No, they will not be. They will not be black.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little pepper.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But like, look, if it's burning white, do I get excited? Fuck yeah, I can make the video. People get pumped up. They want to buy your weed. You know what I'm saying? That's the world we live in right now.
Yeah. Well, you can add a couple points on that pound. Right.
You fucking can, dude. Yeah. I can't even sell it if it's like that. Like I've pigeonholed myself in this little fucking connoisseur corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like it all has to check out. But like Good Pizza is also a standard of weed. Like that when it goes through that's my QC process, then it's Good Pizza and I put it in my bag. If it don't, it's a work pack.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good place to pigeonhole yourself in, though.
Yeah,
it's way better than the other direction.
Yeah, the bottom is rough right now.
I mean, the guys are just dying off left and right, and it's really hard to maintain a product where you're in competition with these guys that can produce for $250 a pound,
exactly,
or $300 a pound. So why would you even want to be there? Now is the time where you gotta be on the other end of the spectrum. If you don't have the best product, there's no reason really doing this anymore.
No, there's not. And the connoisseur market is the 1%, 10%, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But that is a significant amount of people based on how many people smoke weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can still get tickets in that world, you know? And I did brand at the fucking perfect time, you know? Thank God, bro. Yeah. Thank God I did because you're selling bags, bro. You chasing 25 cents nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you get a box play with your mans, y'all splitting a quarter or 50 cents, maybe. Nobody's getting dollars no more. Maybe. I mean, they are.
Well, so they are, but those are the ones that aren't working in volume, right? The guys, that are, the boutique guys that are like, okay, $4,500, $4,500.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So those guys are still making 2 points. Yeah. Like
and
200 points.
I'm making more than I sell fucking box, bro.
Yeah.
I sell a fucking 5-pack.
For sure.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a wild world, and it's still the wild, wild west.
It is.
It's wild, and the thing is the same thing with genetics. If you don't have the best or something different, like you can't just do the same thing as everybody else anymore. That just isn't going to fly. Like if you haven't figured that out as a breeder, that you can't just go make another gelato.
Don't do it.
There's no reason even doing it. You're not going to get a lot of money for your seeds unless you're making really, really stable seeds that you can throw acre worth of seeds out. And you're not going to have intersex traits. Like there is market for that, but that's a lot more different. Yeah, a lot more difficult than it is to make a cross. Making something that's super stable that you can put out in the field that's not going to herm out. I mean, that's challenging. There's a lot of R&D involved. There's a lot of work and time and energy, and that's why I get money for my seeds that that don't have intersex traits. They go. You can put 5 acres out or 10 acres out and reliably get a good crop.
Absolutely.
So, and we do have some of those gelato terps, but that's the difference. And moving forward, it's like you want to have something that's going to separate your customer from everybody else.
Yeah.
So my main job is to empower my customers to grow better flower, to get better results, and have something different. And so it's exciting to me. I like banana. I like banana terps.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
How about a banana OG? That shit was crazy.
It was. So I have I have a banana that's amazing too.
Really?
So it's a banana OG times banana punch.
Shit.
Times Skittles. It's a banana Skittles.
Nice.
And so I got reg seeds of it. I got a ton of them. We hunted them up in Washington at House of Cultivar. I work with a lot of Washington brands.
Try.
And so
why is that? From my ass?
I'm from Oregon originally, Portland, Oregon, but I have friends and family up in Washington. So cool. I love Seattle. I love Sequim. I love that area.
You've been to Sequim?
I've been to Sequim many times. Yeah, I got some good videos. Bro. Yeah, I love Sequim. You got to go to Can Organics. So Kyle, he's another one you got to get on your show.
Yeah. Is that where he is?
That's where he's at.
He's in fucking Sequim?
Yeah, you need to go. We
were just talking about Jordan's boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bro, stop playing with me, bro. He's in Sequim?
He's in Sequim. They have like the organic.
He knows my cousin, bro.
Oh, he probably
my
does.
cousin's a grower up there.
If he might even work for Kyle.
God damn,
you never even know.
Bro.
But, it's like, and these guys, it's like this banana Skittles is pretty amazing, right? We call it banana Skittles.
Wow,
and
that
it's
sounds
candy.
awesome.
You know the Banana Runts candy? It's more Banana Runts candy than the Banana Runts flour.
Really?
Yeah, but like so they have this, it's a fake banana. It washes really well.
Oh, let's go.
It washes at like 5.5%.
Let's fucking
and
go,
so,
bro.
and the rosin tastes like banana candy.
God
and so I made a bunch of crosses with this too. So we've got cross with Fort Collins Cough, Chem 91, apples and bananas.
Oh,
dude, so many different really, really.
I'd like to buy some of those seeds off you, boss.
Yeah. I got some for you. Yeah,
I'd like
if you want to hunt through those seeds,
dog.
I got a ton of really good stuff to hunt through.
I got 2 farms where we're doing a lot of pretty much 89% rosin production. We got to. Yeah. So I'm going to St. Vincent. I originally made the seeds to take to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is a Caribbean island. I went there with Marlon Asher. He's a reggae singer, good friend of mine. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
I know of him.
You got to get him on the show too. He's like one of my best friends.
Really? Plug me up, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so he took me to St. Vincent. One of the poorest islands I've ever been to.
Really?
Not even one of. It was my exposure to what real poverty is, right?
Sure.
And
like
how happy
type shit.
And how happy the people are that are living in poverty.
Yeah. You need to see that as an American.
You do, and it made me realize that maybe I could do something to help these people out. Their economy revolved around bananas. I was like, let's make some banana crosses. So we are going to go give the Minister of Agriculture banana crosses, 20 of them, in seed form to give out to the people. And so this was my idea with Marlon years ago. And finally with COVID, it delayed this whole process.
Sure.
But now we're going out next month to give these seeds away.
Oh, that's so cool, man. So, what a contribution to the game and humanity, bro.
I feel like that's what we all need to do is figure out ways we can help other people step up. And, and I think there'll be some media coverage, but it's not even about that. It's about being able to give something that can empower other people to make their lives better.
Definitely, bro.
So
that's
education.
Dope. Congratulations on that project, man. That's cool.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, when you're giving back like that, whatever you put into stuff like that, it pays you back tenfold.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a nice little check mark on the good karma side of life, You got
to do stuff like that,
Yeah,
And so Canadians, there's a bunch of Canadian LPs that went into St. Vincent and Jamaica and all these others, and they were all about making money. And so they're basically trying to take out of the island, off of the island. They're trying to extract money off of this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to be that guy. I want to go in there to help the people. I don't care about the money there. Like if we don't make a penny, which I assume we probably won't, we'll get some good publicity and stuff, but we're going to do the right thing and we're going to help people that need help.
Hell yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of people. This is only one island. There's people all over the world that need help. And we as Americans have the power to make a difference.
We do.
So
what's the weed laws like on St. Vincent? Can they cultivate?
Medical.
Cool.
Yeah. And they have medical licenses. So they have a spiritual license too. Like it's
what is that, bro?
Like a religious license because cannabis is a religious thing.
Yeah.
And so, they have, it's
biblical, son.
Dude, it's amazing. That's how it should be.
Yeah, bro. For real.
We went there and spoke to the Cannabis Authority, which is their governing body for cannabis.
Yeah.
Right. So Marlon and I it was supposed to be like a 30-minute little lecture, who we are, whatever. Mm-hmm. It was a 3-hour lecture.
Wow.
And they kept raising their hands, asking more questions. And I was like, can we just keep going? Because this is great. It was the first time in my life where the government was like, and this is the government, right? There's people from the government that were like, we want to make our people better. How can we do this? And I was talking about pollen mitigation. I'm like, you don't want regular seeds on the island necessarily. You want to get rid of males because it's such a small island. There has to be pollen mitigation so you don't pollinate people's crops.
Sure.
That was one of the things we talked about. And then they wanted to know about indica and sativa and THC levels. And so I was like, THC isn't the end all be all, which I think is extremely important, especially from a medicinal level.
Right.
But the people of St. Vincent and the government there is really into the medicinal side of it and how can they make their people better? How can it benefit their people in a good way? And so even the Minister of Agriculture there, amazing guy. We get to meet him and sit down with him last time. And so I'm looking forward to being able to sit down with him again and presenting him with some seeds.
Nice, dude. That is fucking incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And I mean, it's part of why I do this, right?
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, I got my breeding book too. I don't know if you've seen the book, but I got a book for you. So we wrote a breeding book. Man. We published it. And I mean, because it's a much bigger project, just like this podcast and myself.
Yeah.
And so 380 pages. I had over 20 contributing writers that contributed little pieces.
Oh, cool, man.
Photos. We got some piff in there. We got some Cuban black haze.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah, we got those in tissue culture as well. So
really,
yeah. So we'll have them out. Probably, I'm thinking within the next month and a half, 2 months, we'll have plants of piff.
Don't let me know. I'll get somebody to run a couple of lights of that for me, bro.
I know that's what you need. Just a little smoke,
just
right?
Just a little something for the head, bro.
And I really like piff. I fell in love. Cuban black is okay. I like Cuban black.
But is that piff? That's what I'm hearing is piff.
So I believe.
What you think?
I think the piff is the S1 of the Cuban black.
Okay,
because these are two different plants. They're genetically different.
Oh yeah, I forget you got a lab in here.
So we work with My Flora and stuff like that, right? And we're able to do some testing. We can tell that these plants are different, right?
Okay.
Now how they're related, I'm not sure, but I believe that one of them is an S1 of the other one. I believe that the piff is probably the one that we have is an S1 of the Cuban black.
Okay.
And it's really good. And I feel like it's not one of those sativas that shoots you off like a space rocket. You're not shooting out of a cannon if you smoke it, right?
You get high, bro.
You get high, but it's more subtle, right? It's not like
subtle,
this.
But you're still
so
on
the
point.
super silver, it's not like smoking that.
No,
dude. It's got a, it doesn't burn. It doesn't burn on the palate. It burns tasty all the way down to the roach.
Yeah.
And it's like a little tiny bit floral, a little tiny bit haze. It's got its own unique thing going on.
We're talking about super silver?
I'm talking about the piff.
The piff, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's like incense, nag champa, kind of like spicy,
nag champa,
peppery terps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And if it's grown correct, it right down to that roach though, it tastes good.
Oh yeah.
And I can smoke the whole thing. Whereas this super silver, if I'm smoking myself and I smoke a big joint like this, it's like I'm smoking it down to about here by myself.
You're right.
So whereas if I smoke Skittles like this, I could smoke a couple of these,
Oh yeah.
Just sitting and hanging out.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you, like I smoke Skittles and Fugazi on my show, bro. Like that's like I could smoke them all day. I don't get too high, I get just right. It could keep flowing, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, my buddy Kyle and I, we did a show and we smoked some of his strawberry cough, and I could tell that he harvested it extra late. You know how like if you go past the harvest date a little bit or where you could harvest it, it's stronger.
Oh yeah.
Right. Even Skittles, if you go 63 days or 65 days, longer and stronger. And that Skittles especially.
Skittles, you got to take 52 to 54.
I'm all about that. 53.
53, exactly. Like somewhere in there, bro. Yeah.
Anywhere 52, 56 even is fine.
Big difference, dude.
And it's the difference if you want those melon terps or if you want the gas. Because that gas comes in a little bit later.
We don't need the gas, bro.
I don't think so.
That's OZ Kush. So get some OZK for that if you want that. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't make me feel as good. Like the effect. If you were talking about the way it makes you feel, I don't like the 63-day Skittles. I don't think it makes me feel as good. Whereas I like that 50, and I love that taste where you just want to keep hitting it. You can keep coming back to it. You can fire the roach up the next day and still smoke it.
Yep.
You know, that's the beauty of that Skittles too. And it's something special.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, dog, it's still the big dog on the block. Gelatos come and go. I mean, Runts is still here, but Runts, you're not getting tickets for Runts.
Yeah.
Like
everybody's going Runts and LCG, right? Like so.
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second. Runts, LCG, because you're familiar with these sex tests and like what's what genetically. So, Runts, okay. Gelato 33, LCG, go.
Runts, LCG, depending on who you get the cut from, they're slightly different cuts.
They're slightly different.
But I think they all came, originally there was Runts, and there was one Runts.
Yes,
and then that cut got renamed to LCG.
Correct.
And then they got another cut that they called Runts. And then there's the Gelato 33 mislabel, because there's a lot of stuff that's Gelato 33 out there. Like there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've seen the actual tests that this and this and this and this.
They're on the same side of the equation. The white Runts.
Yeah. And then also, so Gelato 33 is the most unstable of anything I've ever worked with. And so when you make S1s of it, in the sense that genetically unstable. So what happens is when you make S1s, you get all these different expressions across the board. SF Canna has several different ones that are just S1s of Gelato 33 with different names on them, and they're completely different expressions.
No shit. Like the cherry guava?
Completely. That cherry guava is different, but that's special.
That's special, bro.
That's so good. See, that's up there with Skittles.
You get a good batch of that, bro. Holy fuck.
I was supposed to have some today, but their grower, he wasn't able. He's busy. He's busy
so
in the lab.
Bro.
Yeah. But that's some of my favorite. Especially the last batch of it that just came out is like,
I haven't seen it in a minute, bro.
Dude, it's so
used
good.
To be
it's
really
it's as good as it was, but it drips. You know, you got the drip on it. Dude. You got the white ash. It checks all the boxes.
Hell yeah.
And then it tastes like candy. You know, and that's special.
Oh,
but they have like Mount Fuji and Gelato X and
I don't like the Gelato X,
a bunch
bro.
of them.
I just never liked it.
No, like, but those are all Gelato 33 S1s.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, those are just S1s of the to my knowledge, those are all, and there's 7 of them or something like that. They're out there that are, if you looked at them side by side, you'd be like, oh, they're completely different, but really they're like sisters.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
So, and Gelato's like that. And I like the 41 a lot.
41's the king, bro.
41's the king, and 41's a breeder, so that's the breeder cut, right? That too. Yeah, and so that time Skittles makes amazing stuff.
Yeah.
That's extremely special.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know one of our, I can't really say, I don't know if this needs to be said or is supposed to be said, but your boy Kyle bred something that's super special. That was a 41Z.
So that's the Rain Shadow Runts.
Yeah.
We sell seeds of that.
Yeah.
I still have some of those left.
Are you fucking serious?
It's so good. I'll give you some. I think we're selling for $500 a pack on the website. We sell them occasionally, but I'll give you some to pheno hunt. It's super. Good. I'm pheno hunting some right now.
I'll tell you where I'm bringing it after the show.
It is so good.
Tell you exactly where I'm bringing that shit, bro.
Yeah, and it's in that one, that Rain Shadow Runts checks all the boxes.
That's so crazy you said. That's really what it's called. I want to say it so bad, but I'm not.
Yeah. You don't have to. No.
We'll talk.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're going to say.
You know what I'm talking about? For sure.
So, but yeah, and there's a bunch. There's a bunch of them that he pheno hunted. The Glue Lotto is special too. That's the Gorilla Glue times Gelato 41.
Oh, that one's crazy. That's that P90, bro.
Yeah. Woo. And then that King Louis times Gelato 41. Your ass. Yeah. The Gelato 41, it adds.
I never had that one.
Super stable. And it adds this amazing flavor where I feel like it can make, if you pheno hunt it correctly, you can find ones that are the flavor you're looking for, but more intense sometimes than the original.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. Shout out to 41, man.
Shout out to 41. That's been like, that's a staple. And just the straight 41 is amazing too. You can grow, you can smoke it.
Yeah,
I feel like it's fairly easy to grow good. Some of the, some like Skittles is hard to grow. There's a learning curve with Skittles. Mm-hmm. Gelato 41, I think a lot of people could get that cut and they could do pretty well with it.
Yeah.
So just like Blue Dream, that's another one. It's not my favorite terp, but it grows really well. It looks beautiful.
Yeah. When I started growing out here, I crushed a run of Outdoor 41, bro.
I bet.
I was so proud of myself. I mean, I bombed the next round, but
sure,
whatever, bro. I was
sometimes
like, I had that run, bro. I thought I was the man.
Yeah.
Then, you know, you learn.
So what about OG? You seen any good OGs lately?
No, sir. Yeah, yes. Trilly Kimber. That's floating back around this. That's up in Sac right now. There's a facility rocking that. I had some a good batch of that. Also, Triple XOG. White Ash is running that. The Make OG Great Again.
Yeah.
He's got a little Make OG Great Again campaign that's grown by Cadre Verde. And Trap Jesus is supposed to have some fucking crazy OGs. I have some on the way. So I'll let you know next week.
Yeah, Brian from Vital, you ever get him on the show, he'll give you the real OG flower. Like he grows it.
Where is he? Where's he located?
He's Grass Valley. So he's not too far off.
No shit,
he's a really good friend of mine. He grows really, really good OG.
GV's my second home, bro.
They crush it. They crush it with the OG. His is, Vital. And then same thing, you need soil. He's got really good soil.
Okay.
So yeah, he's my go-to. Him and Royal Gold are my two soil. That's where I get my.
Yeah, Royal Gold, that's where I rock.
Yeah. Good people. Good people too.
I never met them, but I
I do booths with them and stuff.
Nice,
we were at Reggae on the River with them.
Were you?
Yeah.
How was that?
Dude, you got to go next year.
I gotta go, bro. I went to Tahoe Reggae Fest.
Yeah.
That was cool, but
dude, Reggae on the River is special, and so I'm going to be working with Cannafest next year, and we're going to have an area, and we're going to be doing podcasts. So if you want to come up there and do a podcast for your show.
That'd be tight, bro.
You get the invite right now. So
cool, man. And that's at Reggae on the River or Cannabis? Is it the same thing? Cannabis?
So Cannabis is actually in a couple weeks. It's in September. Reggae is usually the first weekend in August.
In August, got it.
So yeah, and I'll be up in a couple weeks at Cannabis as well. It's going to be a cool event.
Tight.
But yeah, Reggae on the River is classic. They had the best sound system I've ever heard for an outdoor event.
No way.
And then just the most amazing artists.
Good vibes.
Good vibes.
A river.
4 days of amazing.
It's 4 days.
Well, I went 4 days. So I went because I had a booth. We went in on Thursday and then we stayed till Monday.
Okay.
And so really it's kind of like 5 days, but like it was amazing.
How long is the actual festival though? Is it 3?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and there's amazing artists.
So I'm a little older now, bro.
Well,
I like to party when I'm on
VIP
the festival,
camping, dude. So we got the nice. It's under a 10.
That's what I need,
I'm a chef too, so it's good food.
Are you really?
Yeah. I used to be a chef.
I'm with you.
Yeah, we always got. I mean, I make the best pizza too.
Is that right?
So. I've been having this little debate with Obsolete and Mango and myself on who makes the best pizza.
Yo, Mango looks like he knows what he's doing, bro. You don't sleep on them Florida boys, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
He makes the best calzones I've heard because he fucks his pizza up, so he has to flip it over. So yeah, no, but I'm challenging those guys to a $500 buy-in bet for who cooks the best pizza.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah.
Did I see this on Instagram?
You totally did, yeah. So I think Sergio's in on it. We're trying to get Sergio because he went to culinary school. He's a chef too. So it's like, I think we're going to do some fun either here, maybe at your spot. Who knows?
I got
a portable pizza oven too. I got this little rock
I got
box.
a nice lounge in my spot, bro. Nice. You can set the pizza up right down outside.
I crush some good pizza. I do thin crust. I'm all about the thin crust.
Yeah, same.
I do Detroit too, but Detroit's like easy. That's in the oven.
It's okay.
It's hard to make a really good Detroit though. Like you got to do it in advance. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into it.
It's a lot of bread. It's a lot of bread.
Dude, it's a lot of bread to eat. Yeah. And I don't eat a lot of carbs myself.
I try not to, bro.
Yeah, it'll fuck you up. Yeah. It's like, I've been good on my diet though. I'm down 30 pounds of weight, but I put on over 10 pounds of muscle. So I'm down like 40 pounds of fat.
Nice, dude.
So
congratulations, man. You look good, man.
It's exercise, dude. Exercise is the big thing. And so for me, it's weightlifting.
What do you know?
Yeah, who would have thought?
A little exercise. Diet.
I mean, I diet too. I mean, dieting, but when you exercise and you show up at the gym, it makes you want to diet on top of that.
Yeah, you don't want to eat shit.
No, and I'm getting older. So now it's like, I'm like, I don't know how many chances I'm going to have left to like lose the weight.
No doubt.
To be in health, in
that's
good
a real
health.
Thing. You in your 40s?
47.
Yeah, okay.
So you're in
the back half.
I'm in the back half and I'm looking at it like that. And I put, some people look at it like, oh, we have all this time left. I don't feel like that at all. I feel like
dude.
Time is very short. My time is limited here to get all the stuff done that I want to do. I mean, I'm pretty ambitious as a person and I have a lot of goals that I want to do in my lifetime. And it's like, there's no better time than the present to get on those things because you never know how much time you got left.
That's true. That's true, man.
And, it's a beautiful time to do stuff too. I feel like, a lot of people think that the world, it's getting worse and worse and worse. I don't think that's true. I think it's getting better in a lot of ways. I think the economy's fucked up.
Yeah.
I think there's stuff like the economy, but I think other than Oakland, it's a lot safer in most places than it used to be. Oakland's dangerous.
Bro, I don't think there's any laws in Oakland, bro.
Dude, it's so crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, San Francisco's pretty bad too. And it's like,
but not like Oakland, bro.
No, nothing's like Oakland.
Wild,
I won't work there right now. And, I mean, there are people that can work in Oakland safely, but I'm not one of them. I don't care to. No, I don't want to expose myself to that kind of danger.
I'm in and out. Pew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll go visit.
Doubt.
I'll make day trips.
No doubt.
But yeah, it's wild.
But shout out to Oakland though, man. Like,
dude, they still got amazing weed coming out of Oakland.
It's a cool, look, I come from a fucked up place too, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's beauty in that too, and it creates beautiful people and like tough people. And like, you need tough people to like,
you
get
need
through
tough
the world,
people, especially, I mean, I think that we got a lot of snowflakes now.
I know, bro. And I'm from Jersey. We break balls as a sport, bro. It's like a sign of affection.
Right, totally.
I tell you, go fuck yourself. Like, you're probably my man's.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that to just anybody.
No, dude. It's like, I don't know, bro. It's different times, man. Whatever. You got to adapt, times.
But yeah, what is the saying? Like, hard times create soft men create hard times, and hard times create, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know the saying.
No, you got it.
Yeah.
And it's a generational thing. It's every 3 generations.
Well, so my father's generation, they were tougher than nails, It's like, but I feel like my grandfather's generation was even harder and tougher.
Absolutely.
It's like those guys, it's like
they're fighting the wars, bro. The real world wars.
Real world wars. The poverty was different.
Yeah, like, the depression.
You could go hunt for your food too. I mean, my father, he came from North Dakota, right?
Okay.
And so they hunted for their food a lot of times.
Wow.
My grandfather could hold 100-pound anvil out straight.
What?
So when I was younger, so he was like 6'1", 6'2", probably didn't weigh more than 185, 190 pounds, but he was strong.
You grew up on a farm or something?
Yeah. Farm boy strength, right? Same thing with my uncle. My uncle Corey could hold 100-pound anvil out and lock his elbow.
And toss you across the room.
And toss you across the room.
Like a hay bale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And my father's generation, my father was tough. I mean,
same.
I remember I saw my father fight. I saw a lot of that growing up.
Yeah.
My father was tough, really tough. And you don't see that. You can't fight like that anymore. People have guns, people have knives. Before people would get a problem, you could duke it out in the streets.
Yeah.
That was just, that was the way of life.
That was cool, man.
Yeah, way better.
Should have stayed like that.
Well, people wouldn't talk as much shit either. It's like they're hiding behind their little keyboard and they want to say some shit. And it's like.
I was just saying that away here, bro. Like, yo, I could tell that dude ain't been punched in the mouth in a couple of years. Yeah. Or if ever.
If ever.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just need a good punch in the mouth to let you remind
or a little slap.
Bro. Like just slap, though. This is not like a good slap, bro. Come on.
So getting back to cannabis.
Yeah.
So I need to know your 3 favorite, because you ask everybody their 3 favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
So your modern, your classic, and your desert island.
All right, for sure. Okay, so back in the day, we're gonna go sour. Desert island, we're gonna go Skittles, and some new. Oh man, the new one's the tough one, because that's where all the so much new shit, right?
Yeah.
So let's go Candy Fumes times Permanent Marker.
Nice.
Dave from Preferred Gardens bred that.
It's got some good stuff.
There's 50 phenos, bro, and I've smoked probably 20 and change of them.
Yeah.
I got 5 fucking hitters in my notes, and he's gonna run one of them for me. Hopefully the 49. I think I'm locking in the 49 for the brand.
So have you tried the 11 coffins of the coffin candy from Planta yet?
Literally my favorite candy. Coffin candy is literally my favorite candy.
So good.
That and Warheads, but I think coffin candy because it's a little different. And they've been crushing the batches, bro.
Crushing.
Shout out to the homies. Shout out to Derek, Garrett.
Derek's coming on. You had Derek on yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Derek,
I'm looking forward to have Derek. Yeah. I mean, we had Freddie. I've had Freddie.
I saw the one with Freddie. Yeah, that's the homie. He's actually coming on my show 2 weeks. He's coming back
legit,
around too.
Dude, Freddie.
Oh, hell yeah. Actually, shout out to Freddie, man. I asked him, I was like, yo, bro, I just seen you on the podcast. What's it like, bro? You fucked with it? Like, how was it? He's like, bro, it was the best production experience I've ever had.
He gets first place for smoking the most on my show.
Oh, he's one-on-one. The one-on-ones that come through with a jar full of joints and right after another.
Yeah,
dog.
and he will just
puff
chilling. Yeah, he's chilling,
bro.
Yeah,
he's a smoker, dude. Yeah, I remember his first episode, bro. He came through and fucking just blew it down.
He knows good weed.
He does, bro. He does. Does good business. He's a good dude, man. Yeah. Solid dude. Definitely a guy, better friend than an enemy, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big boy. He's a fighter.
He's a big boy, yeah.
Yeah, he's cool, bro. Yeah, man. What were we saying right before that? I had something to say.
before coffin candy.
Oh yeah, no, coffin candy. So you said 11 coffins. So I gotta give a shout out to my bro, Dirt Road Exotics.
Yeah.
My bro Mike. I'm rocking his 11 coffins in my brand.
Really?
I actually just finished it up. He hunted some seeds from Duke of Herb.
Yeah.
And found his cut or his phenos. I think it was number 1 pheno. Oh, bro, it's fucking fire. Dude, it's like RS11 on fucking steroids, bro. It's everything you missed about the original RS11 drop.
So I'm sending you home with some RS11 from Tissue Culture.
Please, bro.
Please, and RS11 from Tissue Culture is so different than RS11 when it first dropped. So Deep East.
The clone drop?
Not the big clone drop, but when they were growing it, when Deep East, Wizard Trees, Doja, I think they were all growing it, right?
Yep.
Originally, when the packs first dropped and they were like 4,500.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was the wake up call for me on like I need to step my game up because I got a bag my friend gave me and it was all graded. This is when they first started really grading, where it was like HBCs, and also
thank God
there was no big buds, there was no smalls. It was all even across the board, and they were all perfectly shaped round buds in the bag, and it was the best graded I've ever seen. All bees.
Oh shit!
All bees.
I like bees. Honestly, I like bees a lot.
4,500, and I had to get it, and it was like, oh, this. And the thing is the nose hit you like it was like ice cream on the nose with a little gas on the back, and it was a little floral. It was like floral ice cream with this gas on the back, and I was like, that's freaking amazing, and it's worth every penny. But whatever happened along the way, whether there was different genetics or whatever, I feel like it changed. And it wasn't
it did, bro. Quick.
Yeah.
Quick, bro. People think it's the clone drop. People think it's this and that.
I think when they scaled it too, I think scaling it doesn't always work. I'm not sure. But we got it from Tissue Culture. We tissue cultured it, and I got it for breeding. And I like that a lot. I like RS11 a lot. I like Zope a lot. But there's 2 Zope cuts too that go around.
Oh, really? Let's talk about that, bro.
Yeah, Zope is good.
2 Zope cuts for real?
I believe there's 2 Zope cuts. And I haven't verified. I got to get Deep East. I got to get Rob on the show or something like that to verify. But yeah, there's definitely like a spear Zope, and then there's like the more rounded bud Zope.
Okay.
And so I've seen both of them, and I think they're both good in their own ways.
See, I never really got into Zope like everybody, bro. It doesn't get me high like that, bro. It's just a
flavor.
It's a flavor chaser. You know what's crazy? Like, let's go back to RS11 for a second, right? Yeah. You know when somebody tells you something that you never thought of before and just fucks the whole thing up? Like a nice meal.
Right.
Or like, yo, I love this dish. And be like, yo, you know what's it called? It's in it. And you're like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
And it just fucks with you forever. It just stains your memory and your palate, right? Ted from Alien Labs. We were talking RS11 one day, like not too long after a drop. He's like, bro, that shit's diet sherbet. I'm like, oh my God.
Ouch.
And I haven't been able to shake it since. And that's kind of like when it kind of started being whack. I'm like, man, fuck RS11, bro.
I hear that a lot, but I was exposed to the best RS11 packs that came out when it was all small batch, right? They were only released in a handful. It was so good.
Same.
But Sunset Sherbet, I have to say, I love good Sunset Sherbet, the real deal. I was getting packs off Sherbinski in 2012, 13-ish.
Fucking go, dog.
So I was getting them from Sherbinski, right? And they got over to Barcelona. And they started seed companies off of bag seeds that were in that sherbet.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
bro.
there's some seed companies that built their brand off of that bag seed.
That's incredible.
This stuff was so good. I mean, it was sticky. It never really fully got its day. And there's a lot of people who are like,
bro, because gelato came right after, bro.
Right after, and it kind of just took over.
Yes,
right.
Bro.
But sherbet deserved its day.
Way more, bro.
Yeah. And I mean, it'll never get it, obviously, because now people are kind of hating on it a little bit. But man, it is amazing. It is just as amazing as any one of the gelato cuts, in my opinion.
I like it better than gelato, bro. To be real with you.
I like the taste of it. I like the taste of it. I like the effect of it.
Yeah, same, bro. I think the last batch I went fucking psycho over was Loud THC.
Yeah.
Loud THC was growing this sherb, and it was just fucking incredible, bro. I got it from Exotics 916, and his favorite shit sherb, and like, I was like, Jesus Christmas,
Diet
this is amazing.
Sherb. That's a funny one though. I never heard Diet Sherb, but
I say Diet Sour a lot because all the sour is like, bro, there's no
Diet
gas,
Skittles.
Bro. Diet Skittles. That's the new one I've been hearing a lot lately.
Diet Skittles there's so much Diet Skittles on the market, and it's all garbage.
Yeah, bro, it's garbage.
I mean, I hate to let anybody down, but
It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is. Like the truth is like all the Skittles crosses pretty much. There's a handful of them like Moonbow. Rainbow Bow's 2.0 is okay. But Moonbow is amazing. Like that Moonbow that from Flora and Flame, it's so tasty. But
bro.
There's only a handful of them.
I remember the first time I smoked the RS11, though, it got me so high. It tasted so good, bro.
It tasted so good down to the
Chaz
roast.
from Friendly Farms came through and burned it with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? This is it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And that's, the little fucking weed nerd in me, I'm on the hunt now.
Yeah.
And I can't find this one. Where is it at, bro? These are not.
Right.
What batch was that? What fucking grove? What camp did that come out of?
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Well, and then I think Zope, there was some handful of batches that came out of Zope that were phenomenal too. And then, Zope got a little bit of hate, but Zope was popular.
Yeah,
like when it first dropped, it was huge. Like that brand blew up.
It's not getting tickets no more, bro.
No.
It's fucking flooded, bro.
No.
Super flooded.
I got some stuff to show you. Look at this.
What you got there, bud? That is a dark nug, my friend. What the fuck is that, bro?
That's some purple sand.
That's the scariest looking nug I've ever seen. That is the purplest.
It's the purplest. That.
Bro, this shit's black.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have a pink panties that would get like that too.
Really?
But yeah, the fucking, that's
purple
black.
Sand?
That's purple sand. It should be called black sand.
Dog, that's crazy. What is it?
I'm not sure. I got the contact for the guy who is the keeper of the cut.
Wow.
And so I'm looking forward to getting that in rotation.
Dog.
I want to do some breeding with it with my autos.
Oh, that's crazy looking, bro. Wowzers. Oh, can I roll up some of this right here?
Absolutely.
This fucking triple fucking quadruple back cross fucking Z.
4XO, yeah. Shout out to Lempire Farms.
This smells amazing. Smells amazing. It really does.
It does have a nice smell.
4Zs. I like that name. I'm Tree Z's. This is 4Zs. I like it.
Creating names is not easy anymore. A lot of people don't understand how hard it is to come. It's like I got my GP3. It's my Gary Payton cross.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of names. The nice thing with Loud is I can put it on the front. If somebody else has it and I really like the name, I could just put Loud on the front of it.
Oh, that's tight, bro.
But
that's tight.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many names have been taken, and it's like you don't want to step on people's toes, but at the same time, if they don't have a big following or if it's not a really popular genetic, if it's old, it's kind of tough. Especially, in my opinion, especially if it's something that describes the smell or the aroma or the flavor perfectly.
I feel like that's the first goal, right? When you're selecting names, like that's the first goal. Okay, look, can we name it after something that smells like or tastes like, right? But then like sometimes that doesn't always work. And then like, okay, I can go into desserts. That's fucking dead.
Yeah.
I can go into the Italian stuff because I'm an Italian brand.
Right.
We can go down that lane, but like a lot of the good names are taken, bro. I feel like
I got a Frank Rizzo. Right?
Frank Rizzo.
Frank Rizzo.
Fire, Jerky Boys.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we got a Frank Rizzo. Bro. I don't even know if anybody else is named that, but I got a Frank Rizzo, and it's yeah.
Man, so look, that's what we need, bro.
Yeah.
We need the weird randos. That's what the game needs, because the names back in the day were so much better, bro. Yeah, so much better. They were so fucking random.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
Romulan.
Romulan, Alaskan Thunderfuck. Like, give me a better one than that.
Trainwreck.
Come on. Trainwreck.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
come on, dog.
People getting creative. And, and that was in the beginning.
The Breaths had a cool series.
Yeah.
Hog's Breath, Morning Breath,
Peanut Butter Breath,
Peanut Butter Breath.
Yeah.
Like, that was a cool
Meat
series.
Breath,
Meat Breath. Yeah,
Grandpa's
man.
Breath. Grandma's Breath.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
that was cool, man.
Yeah.
Motor Breath, fucking.
Motor Breath. Motor Breath was a good one. I still like Motor Breath. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, Cadre got it.
Nice.
Motor Breath 15. They're still running. They got a couple nights of that.
I love the taste of that. I love the effect.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Donnie Burger was one of those ones.
Donnie Burger was fire. I don't know why that didn't get that. That was another one. Didn't
I got some Donnie Burger live rosin.
Oh, it's fire, dude.
It's so good.
The fucking rosin fire.
I was never really impressed with the flour. With the Donnie Burger, I was like, it's all right.
Dude,
then I got some rosin.
Bro.
Well, he'd given me a bag of flour, and he's like, "It's so good, you got to try it." And sometimes when people say that, you're underimpressed with it. Like I was expecting something else because I'm like GMO.
You gotta like GMO though,
right? I do like GMO.
Okay, got you.
Right,
got you.
But when he gave it to me, I was like, it's all right. It was cool. It's living soil, so sometimes living soil, I think there's a learning curve with it, with how it's grown or whatever.
No doubt.
He gave me some rosin. Chris from Flora and Flame gave me some rosin.
Hell yeah.
And friggin', it is phenomenal. It is some of the best rosin.
Nice, dude.
I was judging the Cannafest rosin entries, and I use a friggin' nectar collector for entries. Because I feel like I can go side by side. So I do my I first taste them all, then I line them up in order, and then I go, okay, number 1 versus number 2. Number 2 versus number 3. And I keep on going back and forth until it's down to the order that I have. And then I write down all the different things I like about them. But I usually try to put them in order like that. Well, his wasn't in the Canifest entries, and I think he would have won first place.
No shit.
There was another Donnie Burger entry in there. I'm pretty sure one of the other ones was Donnie Burger. But I have some GMO. We went GMO to Donnie Burger, and you could totally tell the GMO is in there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. It's got this amazing, lightly floral character with this heavy gas, and I feel like it's one of those ones that the good rosin just coats your teeth even. Where you're like flossing, and you're like, oh yeah, bro. You taste it in your floss that night if you're taking a bunch of
mouth coat, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when you're doing a nectar collector, like, are you checking temps or you just sizzling on it?
I do. Or
do you have a process? Process?
I basically just heat them up a little bit because I'm all about the cold start dabs anyway.
Got it.
So normally, I use my Eris. I use my Carta, the Focus V Carta 2.
Okay. Cool.
And then I can set my temps with that. I quit using the rigs. I have a ton of rigs, but I don't use rigs anymore. And
I got into them a lot this year, dude.
Really? I'll probably get back into it. It's one of those things that goes, but I do like the convenience of a digital and electronic device. And it's just more convenient. And same thing with, dude.
I was also training for the Hot Dabs podcast, so I had to get my weight up. You feel me?
You
just dropped too.
Whole month. You do a whole month of training to get ready for this. I can't do the hot dabs. I'd have to train for it. Like I would.
You fucking better. If you want to survive on that show, it's a game show, bro. Ain't no podcast. It's a fucking game show, dude, bro. It's the best.
Those the hot dabs will just wreck me.
I've never had so much fun on a fucking podcast, bro. It was insane, dude.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good podcasts out there. Kyle Cushman, shout out to Kyle.
Yeah.
He's got a good one. First Smoke of the Day. We all work with Grow World. First Smoke of the Day, you, myself.
Yeah.
I love Grow World. I feel like
we're the guys in the space, bro.
Yeah, First Smoke, they're doing it right.
First Smoke did it big, bro. I feel like they did it first, too. You know what I'm saying? So they had a good head start on us. You feel me?
They changed the landscape and made it possible for us to do what we're doing.
Yeah, bro. For sure.
But yeah, it's interesting. And then, Kyle Cushman, he's been doing the podcast the longest, I think. Been doing it forever.
No shit, man.
Yeah, and he's the Strawberry Cough guy, so that's Strawberry Cough's for him.
I learned a lot about him on the First Smoke episode. Like, I always knew the bro's name. I used to hear his name in Jersey. Like,
yeah.
Kyle Cushman.
Everybody knows Kyle. I was lucky to get him on the episode. It was a really good.
Cool, man.
We shot back and forth. When our guests talk fast, I talk fast, and then we get that energy going. Especially you start smoking, and then you just feed off each other's energy, and it's like coffee and joints. It just builds up to something fun,
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, don't mind me. I just roll a bunch of joints while we talking.
That's always good,
I'll smoke them eventually.
Yeah, this 4Zs is good.
Is that what you're smoking right now?
Right here.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to light that one up first.
Yeah, Lempire. I met him. He's good friends with Black Sheep Farms, who was on my show, he's an amazing guy.
Yeah, tell me about him, bro.
So he's quite the character. He's a cancer survivor.
No shit.
He's now a bounty hunter. He's doing bounty hunting.
No fucking way, dude.
I mean, he's growing and doing his seeds and everything, but the dude's a bounty hunter and he's just a character. He is the only one that scaled the fence here to get on the podcast.
What you mean?
His phone died, and so he jumped the fence.
Jumped the fucking fence?
He jumped the fence.
What a savage, bro. I like this guy, man.
Yeah, he
reached out to me, man. I never got a chance to get back to him, bro. Like,
Dylan he's an interesting character. He has great stories. He's one of the real Covelo guys. Like,
what's that?
Covelo is an area of Mendocino, kind of by Ukiah.
Oh, he's from Cali.
Yeah, he's from Cali. Well,
for sure. California.
He's a Cali guy, sort of. I think he started East Coast too and moved out here.
Oh, word, okay.
With his pops.
Cool, man.
And he's got some great stories. He's just a great person. He's different than your usual podcast guest.
I need that, bro. I need that. Once you get, how it is, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I started smoking when I was 12, and then I got kicked out of school, and I started growing, and I blew up my mom. Like, come on, bro. It's the same shit, bro.
Totally.
It's the same shit.
Well, so we've been fortunate to get a lot of women on the show. My first season, I couldn't get women to save my life. Bro. And then I think enough of them saw my podcast that now
can't get enough, dude.
Yeah, and I love having
women on your podcast,
the diversity, right?
Yeah, and there's so much more chill, dude. Like, fucking, I like the girl podcast, man. It's
Maya from Ohm was that's maybe my favorite podcast of the year.
Really?
And she smokes hard.
Nice. Yo, you know who I really enjoyed interviewing? Anna from fucking Cam, dude.
Yeah.
She has the best energy. I've never been so calm on a podcast.
Yeah.
And every time that comes up, I say this. Like, her energy is fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, she's chill.
She's so chill and cool and like really about it. Bro, she used to be in a delivery service in New York, like as a driver in the 90s, bro. You know how fucking shady that was, bro? I was scared to even order for them. I thought, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm not ordering from fucking delivery service.
It's so crazy.
I'm gonna go to projects and fucking risk getting robbed and to get some weed and do that, bro. That was just nuts. But she's really from it, bro. Like really from it. Like I was so impressed by her story.
Put in the time for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to
She's got big growing sack.
Yeah, dude, she's a fucking boss, dude. They're cranking
she's
it
a boss,
out.
Yeah,
she got a dope ass team.
Yep.
They're all happy as fuck to work for her. Like I really respect and look up to her in that regard. You know what I'm saying? That shit's dope, bro.
Yeah, there's some women out there that are just crushing it right now.
Killing it, bro. Killing it. I'm about to drop a podcast with Jasmine, Adam's wife from Proper Doinks.
Nice. Yeah, you did one with them together, right?
Yeah, couples, like a power couple.
Yeah, no, that was
those
great.
Are fun, dude. You
Totally.
get a cool power couple on here.
So I love the 3-person interview. I love
cool.
it. I love the dynamic.
Cool. I used to not, but I like it now. I learned how to do it.
I was the same way. At first, I was a little nervous about doing 2 people, and then I like the dynamic. I've had some really good ones with Steve D'Angelo and Uncle Rick, and then Steve and First Mon from Jamaica, and then we've had a bunch of good ones. We just had Beanstalk on.
Who's that?
Dude, these guys make some killer dry nutrients that are basically pellets that you time release. And so instead of feeding your plants, you pH your water and you just put them in and they're good for the cycle.
What?
And it's really cool. Yeah, I'll send you.
Wait, where do you put the pellets?
You put them in the mix and in your
dry
substrate.
Mix?
Yeah.
Like a top dress?
No, you top dress, you mix it in.
Okay, gotcha.
You can mix it in. But yeah, you can use them right there. Beanstalk.
Oh shit!
Shout out to Net from Beanstalk. Yeah, they do the dry mimic.
Man.
We're about to start using them. They just came on the show the other day, so they dropped those off. I'm excited to see. I think it has potential.
Cool,
I like testing everything. So
for sure,
we had one of their guests, which was from Mother's Magnolia in Oregon.
Okay,
and they're in Eugene, and this guy swears by it. He grows amazing flowers, so I've heard, and I can't wait to actually go up there and see it really soon. But he's doing some really cool stuff in Oregon, and he swears by it at his facility. So, you know, there's so many different ways to skin a cat. I'm so over being locked into yes or no on stuff. Is it good? I don't know sometimes, and this is one of those ones. You know, it's like I think the potential is really there. I like the concept, and you know, I like forward-thinking people that are like thinking outside the box. I mean, that's how we got here.
Yeah, bro. We need innovation always, bro. There's always the tried and true OG way for sure, and there always will be, but there's always room for innovation, man.
When it's these guys that are staying in their lane and they're perfecting it to the best of their ability.
Yeah,
you know, it's like the guys in lighting. You know, it's like we got Faven, right?
Yeah,
Bobby Bags. You know, I feel like
Bobby, man,
they're crushing it.
They're fucking killing it.
And
that's what it looks like.
And it makes the industry better, right? It makes the grower better. Like they've come up with a solution that improves the industry. And so if you can do that, if you can make something that's not just another copycat of something else, you're making something that actually makes a difference. That's where it's at. You're going to be successful.
Absolutely.
So yeah, the guys at Faven are crushing.
And not for nothing, bro.
No.
If you're going to get into cannabis, if you can figure out a picks and shovels type of business, you're better off.
Way better off.
Way better off, bro.
Well, unless you've been growing for a long time, you better hire somebody that has, because there's such a big learning curve on quality. I mean, even just understanding what quality means takes a long, long time.
I
mean, you can't really explain it and show it to somebody in a weekend.
I mean, years, bro. Years.
Palate training? Dude, yeah. And developing a palate. Not everybody can even develop a palate. I feel like
that's true.
There's you got to smoke a lot and you got to be exposed to a lot of different flower.
Yeah,
you can't just be the guy at the distro that's the buyer and expect to develop a palate like that. You'll understand what good weed smells like, looks like, maybe even feels like.
Yeah,
but you won't understand the taste and you won't understand the effect. You'll never be able to break it down to people unless you're a smoker.
And a real smoker, like you have to live for the shit.
Yeah,
and it's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know, like, like, just like you said, there's no other better way to put it, bro. Like, you said it.
Yeah, you got to put in the time.
You got to put in the time, bro, and beat them lungs up. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. Smoke proper doinks.
I love it. Smoke proper doinks, kid.
Yeah, I got to get them on my show. We've been talking.
Bro, you got to get on the show, bro.
We've had Chris, professional joint roller at Instagram, on the show.
Who?
And so his name's Chris. His Instagram handle is professional joint roller.
Okay, yeah, I think I know. I'm familiar.
Yeah, he does. So he does joint. What I like about him is he's kind of hated by some of these guys because he'll buy the company joints that are like at the dispensary, and then he'll cut them open, and you get to look what's in there.
I love when people do that. That needs to be done.
And he's just sharing how much garbage there is, and
fucking gross.
I would say most of the pre-rolls are just garbage. There's a handful of people doing it right, but most of them are garbage. I'm not a huge hash hole guy, to be honest.
Me neither, bro. I was at first, but dog.
But I'd rather smoke good weed and good rosin.
They taste like shit, dude. Like after a while, they taste like shit. No, I can't say that. If you use good inputs.
Yeah, you can have them both good, and then you can have flavors that complement each other. Yes, like Skittles complements everything.
Yes, that's the thing. Like pairing the rosin with the flour. Like when we're really doing a project, like for my brand, like we'll bring the flour, bring a bunch of different rosins. We'll have the roll. It's like in my studio, right on the top floor, we got proper doinks. We split a studio. Yeah, so on the other side of the room is proper.
Oh wow,
you know what I'm saying? If you notice, we have the same bricks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So you got us, you got Blueprint, you got CGO, you got Bruno Rose, you got Jake Rose, you got Turkey Bag Tom, you got fucking the whole gang is up there. You know what I'm saying? Nice. So if you need some rolls, you got three fucking the best rollers to choose from. You know what I mean? So they'll roll them up, we'll smoke them, and what I found was after our last project, we had some rolls for Hash Hole Island. Shout out CGO and his movement. We did 1.5 gram flour, 0.5 gram rosin. And dog, they were little baseball bats, but goddamn, it wasn't like the 2.5 with the 5. It wasn't the 2 with the 5. It wasn't the 1.5 with the 0.3. It was a fucking 1.5 with a 0.5. And goddamn, that was a good ratio. Yeah. A real good ratio. And they fucking slapped.
Then they drip like crazy. Oh, man. You got that white great ash. Flavor. Yeah. We
did Skittles. So we did half Skittles and half of these vanilla bean belts with forbidden punch or some shit. Nice. We're from Ashok, Ganja Guru, who you should also get on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great dudes, man. And great fucking hash holes.
Yeah, I like the taste of hash holes. A lot of times they're just too strong for me too. Sometimes
a lot of times they're mid as fuck.
Dude, they'll
shitty inputs.
Shitty inputs. Yeah, and if I'm going to smoke anything, I want it to be good. Whether it's flour, whatever, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just want it to be good.
Bro. We're old dudes, man. We don't got time to smoke smoking booth, bro.
Exactly. So let's talk about the perfect joint. Yeah. Since I really have never talked about it on the show, but I feel like you'd be a great person to talk about it.
Talk to me, bro.
So my perfect is Elements paper. Yep. I do 10 millimeter or either professional or the jumbo Organitips.
Yep. Shout out to
I like those. I like Organitips. With the paper filter in the end. I do have glass. I have the glass tips as well, but I really like these Organitips. I've been loving them since they came out about 1.5 years ago. So I order them by 100 and freaking go through them. And before I didn't like there's some glass tips I don't like. I remember the first ones, Be Real.
Be Real. Shout out to Be Real. He fucking pioneered that.
He dropped the tips, dude.
Funky field tips.
Funky field tips. So I was in Amsterdam in 2014 and I saw them for the first time. That was like, he was on tour with Serial Killers with Exhibit and Demrick. Okay. Which those guys are amazing and got to hang out with those guys in Amsterdam.
Nuts, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I got to see Exhibit learning how to roll a joint. He knew how to roll blunts, but Be Real was teaching him how to roll joints.
And you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. I witnessed this whole thing at Greenhouse Coffee Shop. And Exhibit talking shit, you know, and and it's like those guys were just super cool. And they're, it was really nice to hang out with them. And my friends, I'm friends with Arjan and Yoa from Greenhouse. So anytime you're in Amsterdam, that's the place to go. Tight. And those are my boys, and they've taken care of me forever.
You tapped in over there, I could tell. Yeah. Have you gone a lot?
A lot. A lot. I spent a lot of time in Barcelona.
Kids, bro. Of course you did, bro.
Dude, I spent a lot of time in Barcelona and a lot of time in Amsterdam, and I try to spend 2 weeks, a minimum of 2 weeks in the spring. Usually I try to get in a couple trips during the fall. I haven't been able to because I'm so focused on the podcast and this stuff. Yeah. But I usually spend a lot of time. My friend Soma, he's one, like, he'd be worth getting a podcast that's remote. That'd be the one guest I would say for you because he can't come back to the States. But he is OG. He's in Amsterdam. Okay. Or if you ever go to Amsterdam to go meet him. He's one of those guys that the one thing that you need to do when you go to Amsterdam is go meet Soma.
Say less, bro.
He's legendary.
So I might pop out. So I'm going to Spanibus, and I feel like everybody goes to Amsterdam for a couple of days after.
For sure.
So I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm trying to knock out at least 2-3 podcasts while I'm out there. You feel me? So, yeah, man.
Yeah, there's so many good shops. I mean, you've had some great guests from Europe. You had Lorenzo. Shout out to Lorenzo,
bro.
He's the man. I've known Lorenzo for at least since 2012.
Frate me.
So I've seen Lorenzo grow up, and he's a badass dude. He's killing it.
He's the man, bro. He's very generous. He's got a good spirit.
Very
good
genuine.
Heart,
yeah,
very genuine.
Yeah.
Yo, Lorenzo, I told you this before, bro. His hip hop palette is crazy, bro. I swear he grew up with me in Jersey, bro. Like he's an 80s baby. He's not. I don't even think he's an 80s baby.
No.
Maybe late 80s, but definitely 90s. But like Dog's New York hip hop palette is fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Like he listens to underground shit that I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? I'd be tripping if I seen somebody in California listen to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I fucks with bro. Outside of
he's doing it. He's
killing it, bro.
His love for cannabis, it supersedes him. He's one of those guys. I feel like he's been in love with the plant, like a lot of us are. And he really loves the plant. He loves doing it. He's not here.
He loves it, dude.
Yeah, he's not here just for the money. He's here because he loves it, and he belongs here. And this is where this is built. Like where he's at in his career. It's amazing because I've known him for 10 years. To see him from when we first met to where he is now, it's so impressive.
No way.
That he's the amount of grinding that he's done and hard work and just passion in general. And it's like there's a handful of people I could say I've seen him just really grow up in the industry where 2012 they were exploring and now they're crushing it. It's pretty amazing.
No doubt. See, I met him now.
Yeah.
The dude he is now and what he has established.
Yeah.
So that's ill that
and he's been crushing it for a long time too.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. That's dope. His story was great. And we had like the perfect episode, bro. Like it was right before 420. Like he was about to leave. I locked in my bro Sabino in Brooklyn. He's got the Growing Up Italian podcast there. So he lets me use the podcast studio. He's Italian.
Nice.
I'm Italian-American. Sabino's Italian as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, this is amazing. And they both had like a best friend in Italy in common.
Nice.
This is rapper Sfere Basta, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, so it was ill like how we all came together and like got to do the podcast at the Growing Up Italian studio. It was fucking perfect, man.
Yeah.
He lost his fucking terps in the taxi.
Oh no.
My cousin Anthony fucking hunted the fucking Uber down, got his terps, fucking got Lorenzo back there. It was perfect, bro. It was perfect. And then he went home. Same day.
Nice.
Yeah, it was dope.
World traveler. Dude, these Italian guys, I got a handful of Italian friends. All my Italian friends, dude. I love you guys.
Yeah,
these guys crush it, dude.
Crush on the hash scene. Especially.
And weed and hash. And they're the real deal when it comes to passion. When we talk about passion for the sacred plant.
Italians are passionate,
those guys, they're sweet, dude. And the hash, on the hash scene, the bubble hash. My boys in Amsterdam, my friends in Barcelona, crushing it. The Bloom Room, if you're ever in Barcelona, Bloom Room, they got some really good stuff.
Tight.
Herbalist in the Bloom Room, they got there's so many places.
I'm going to tap in with you before I go, man. You can give me a little route.
And then
you know
food.
What I'm saying?
We all go to dinners together, so there's always dinner parties.
I want to go to one of them dope-ass dinners I see over there, bro.
Dude, they're so good.
I know they look amazing.
Yeah, the food over there is just next level. And it's like every meal is going to be a good meal. I'm only eating twice a day right now, right? Like I try not to eat out. But over in Barcelona, I don't gain weight when I eat out. It's healthier. You're walking.
Bro, you ever been to Italy?
Yeah, I've been to Italy for sure.
Bro, you can eat as much pizza as you want and pasta. It doesn't do anything to you.
Walking and exercise, but the quality of the food is just
the quality, bro. The quality of the wheat. It's not. It's natural wheat. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, bro.
It's not sprayed with a bunch of chemicals.
No, it's not genetically modified to produce bulk, bro. It's regular ass wheat that we used to eat.
Glyphosates.
Yeah.
We're not putting any of the glyphosates on
dude.
It's banned.
No, it's amazing. Yeah, man.
I love pizza and I love pasta. I mean, you can't go wrong with good Italian food.
You can't. I cook too, man. Maybe I'll whip you a meal sometime.
Yeah. So what's your favorite pizza?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a tough one because like all right, so I'm Italian and Sicilian, right?
Yeah.
So like there's different genres, right? And on the Italian side, I'm Napolitan, you know what I'm saying? So where it originates. So Napoli style pizza I love. Sicilian style pizza I love. Like sfincione.
Yeah.
You ever had sfincione?
Oh no.
So it's like it's kind of like a Sicilian slice. It's thicker.
Yeah.
But it just has tomato sauce, Romano cheese, and breadcrumbs on top.
Nice.
It's crazy. And then you got, come on, a New York, New Jersey slice.
Seriously.
Can't beat that with a bat. And then you got a New Jersey or New York Sicilian slice.
Yeah.
That I love. Like if I'm going to the spot, I'm like, yo, let me get a slice of plain, slice of pepperoni, and let me get that Sicilian joint, but don't give me a side piece. Don't give me that corner. Don't give me that middle. I'll take a middle if I have to, if the cheese ratio is right. You feel me? But that's my 3 go-tos. And give me a Coke. I don't even drink Coke like that, but I need it with my pizza. You know what I mean?
I feel you. You got to have something with the pizza.
Yeah. We're already doing dirt. Let's just go all the way. You know what I mean?
Seriously, you might as well. Best
what about
pizza?
You?
Me?
What's your best slice? What's the favorite slice?
The last one I had. And it's always
Good answer.
I love pizza, right? So like I love making pizza. My friends down in Huntington Beach, shout out to Rip Pizzeria. So Rip Beer and Pizza, they have a beer company. It's my friend Ryan.
Tight.
They do amazing next level pizza. His Detroit is the best, but like his classic like New York style as well.
Nice.
It's good. I mean, I like Tony's in the city. There's a place called Capo's. That's my go-to.
I was about to ask you. Dude, you got to know about Tony's.
Oh, you got to know about Tony's.
I put Tony's against some spots on the East Coast, bro.
Wow.
I know that's a crazy statement, but bro got it.
But yeah, I mean, I like Hawaiian pizza too. I'm not going to lie. I'm totally down with Hawaiian pizza.
You're from California, bro. You get a pass, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, so when you're smoking, where's your favorite place to go eat?
Oh, shit, bro. Depends on the vibe. I can fuck up some pizza, of course. I can fuck up I like smash burgers, bro. I've been on the smash burger kick lately, dog.
Me too. Do you make them at home too?
Nah, hell no.
So I make the best. So like next time you come here, the kitchen will be done. I make legendary smash burgers.
Really? And you're a chef?
Yeah, dude. I love cooking. I mean, that's cooking and cannabis go hand in hand. I'm not big on infusions, like infusing my food to cook. It's just not my thing. But I love eating really good food after I smoke weed. Like
same. Do you like edibles?
From time to time, but edibles hit me way harder than joints do.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
way harder.
I get emotional on edibles. I realize, bro. Yeah. And I usually only take them on the plane. Maybe it's because where I'm traveling to. I don't know. Bro. I get all fucking goddamn emotional, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And some people can eat like 500 milligrams, and some other people are like 10 milligrams is good.
Not me,
like
man.
I can't sleep on more than 10 milligrams keeps me awake.
Really?
But if I smoke a big fat joint, smoke one of these, I go right to sleep.
I'm like 30 to 60 grams. When I just eat cozy cubes. That's all I fuck with.
Yeah.
And they're 30 grams a cube.
I like the rosin gummies. Rosin Tech has these rosin gummies that were amazing.
Yeah.
And they were the Whitethorn Rose.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You seen Whitethorn Rose?
Yeah, I just interviewed him.
Yeah.
John Casale.
Dude, totally had him on my show. He's amazing.
He's great.
And did he bring flour for you?
Yeah.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
So it's deep.
Terps are crazy.
I love it. The terps are great.
The rosin's fire too,
bro. The effect, the purple rosin.
Bro, the Whitethorn rosin? Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Really good.
And you know what's crazy about him? We got the same last name.
Really?
Nice. My grandfather's name is John Casale.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Like on my Italian side, not my my mother's last name.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite interviews too. He came on with Jason and they did a great job. So they've been making the circuit. I think they did first smoke of the day too.
Are they doing first smoke?
Yeah, I think they've already done it. So that would be.
No shit.
Yeah.
Nice. Did it air?
I'm not sure.
Okay, for sure.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100%.
No doubt.
Maybe it was yours that I saw. Maybe you did a preview.
We did it at his crib. Yeah, we dropped the promo reel.
Yeah. We're going up there.
Yo, you got to go up there and do it up there. Don't do it here.
Right. We did one here with them.
Okay.
They brought the flower and it was really good. Yeah, it was a great experience having those guys down here.
But like, it's hot though. It was hot. I remember that being a hot podcast.
Yeah.
We timed it right so we weren't super baking, but yeah, dog. It was, and I wore a black fucking shirt.
So my one question that I always ask all my guests is, if you could talk to your younger self and give them one piece of advice, what would that one piece of advice be?
Take more risks, buckle up because shit's about to get real.
And it doesn't stop.
Don't stop. Don't trust them motherfuckers, man. When they show you who they are, believe them immediately.
Yeah.
And fuck second chances.
Yeah.
And always, before you do a business deal, always ask people how they do business if you've never done business with them before.
Yeah.
Try to do a little background check on them.
Yeah, it's a small enough world, right? Our community is a small enough community.
It is. Yeah, especially in what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy to background check somebody in this because somebody did some shit, they'd be like, oh, fuck that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Yeah,
seriously. I mean, and it's easy to find people that have worked with people. It's one thing, you hear something online. It's another thing, you talk to somebody that worked with somebody and get the real truth,
There's only so many people you can work with. Because not everybody sells weed. You know what I'm saying?
And we all work differently.
Exactly. Yeah,
and there's only a handful of people with quality. Remember that. So
Small handful.
Coffin candy though, that's the one. I really like that coffin candy. I think that or the 11 coffins, that's probably the best thing I smoked this year.
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head. I mean, there's definitely the sour diesel that I got again. That you got to try some on Gibson. That's special.
That, bro?
So my friend Dave from Buddalero, we're going to do a drop. We're talking about doing a drop with the sour. And then if it works well, we're going to continue to do drops with old school, land race, different stuff.
Tight.
He's from Mendo. He's like an unknown dude who's really passionate. And he, you know, I mean, I would say he's known within his community a lot, but I think he's ready to come out and share his story and share his brand with the world. Cool. And he got African black haze. That's amazing. Some Nigerian haze.
Oh, that shit's like fire, bro. I've tried some of that. It's similar to Piff.
It is. I think it's a little stronger though, man.
I think so too.
And it's one of those ones I feel like when you smoke it, there's certain days it's a creeper. Some of these ones are creepers, right? Like you'll smoke it and like it slowly lifts you up. And then a lot of times you think you're only going to be so high and you just keep getting more high.
Yeah.
So, and I like that. I like that sometimes. As long as I'm not on the podcast doing that.
Yeah, right. Fuck, dude. That reminds me of back in the day, bro. Like, when, it's creeper weed. Watch out.
Yeah.
I remember like the real good weed would creep on you.
Sometimes for 15 minutes and then you're like feeling the full effect. Especially we used to take big fat bong rips. We had like a 4-foot bong. And so we'd do huge bong rips out of this thing. And like that would get you high right away. But if you smoke some creeper, you would just keep getting more high. Your eyes would get more red.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good fucking times, man. Good times.
Well, so if people are looking to find out more about you, where's the best place to go?
YouTube. We got a YouTube channel, Good PizzZa Podcast, Good Pizza Media.
It's with an extra Z.
With 3 Z's. You want to go to, our current Instagram is _Good Pizza _. The scammer has 2 underscores in the front and the back, so watch out. Goodpizza.com if you want to get some merch. Good Pizza with 3 Z's.com. And then just Good Pizza Podcast.
Yeah.
With 3 Z's.
Yeah.
Good PizzZa Podcast.
Shout out to Terra International.
Yeah, shout out to Terra,
Big supporters of both of our brands.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the homie, man.
Yep. United Nutrients and Kaya Coco, man. I love them. We've been testing them for the last few months, and I'm super surprised. Not even super surprised. I'm super impressed.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm past that whole surprise stage with my stuff. When we're testing stuff, it's like, is it good? Is it bad? And we're doing some trials with different products. I'm doing some really good stuff with Charcore. So we're doing Charcore, Canna, and Kaya. And I feel like I already know the Charcore performs really well. Kaya's proven itself. And now it's like, okay, let's see. With Canna, we're going to do a test.
Nice.
We'll see how they perform. And they're all slightly different. Different consistencies, different, and I think Kaya is doing a 70-30 now. Charcore is about to have a 70-30 hit the market.
Nice.
Or either that or they already have it. But I think that's an interesting approach for it. And then Canna's like the original. Canna's been there forever.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Canna.
Nice, dude.
We had Chet come on the show. He's a character. That was another great show. We've been blessed to get so many good guests.
You got a great show, my friend.
Thank you so much. And thanks for coming on the show, dude. I look forward to doing this again.
Absolutely, man. ASAP.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right on, brother. Hell yeah.